as a parent, which would be more acceptable? Which one would you be able to accept easier? Your 16-year-old daughter being pregnant, or your 16-year-old son coming to you and telling you he gay?
My daughter will be pregnant all she wants to. I'll be happy grandfather. And she's 16 too, so that means maybe in another year she was gonna do it anyway. Not get pregnant, but she's gonna be active anyway. I can deal with that, no problem.
So you wouldn't be able to deal. So under no circumstance can you accept the fact of your son being gay.
Eventually, I'm gonna have to accept the fact. Initially, I won't.
But it's tougher. It is tougher.
It's tougher to accept that.
Right.
You're gonna have to accept both, regardless.
Yeah.
At some point, you gotta accept both. But when if the question is initially, I can't accept him being gay initially.
I agree. Both situations are going to be tough.
Yeah.
Not if they happen at the same time.
If they happen at the same time?
I'm just saying.
Both of them come to you together and be like,
I'm pregnant. Okay.
Daddy, I'm gay.
Alright.
I'll talk to you.
I'll be like, get a job. Son, man, you need to talk.
Yeah, but
I ain't shaking no baby.
But this goes back.
I ain't shaking no baby.
This goes back to the episode we had about the talk when when me and Joe was saying, as long in our eyes, our daughter's always gonna be virgins.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for my son to come tell me that he gay.
That's gonna sting you, dog.
Because this is my thing. If my son come to me and tell me he gay,
you gonna think you failed him?
I would.
What didn't I do?
What about the way I'm teaching you to be a man? I went wrong.
Mister, I'll make a man out of you.
You know what I'm saying?
It might not have been you though.
And that's true. And this is my thing.
What's your first question to your son when he tell you that?
My first question?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been with a girl?
That's your first question?
Yep.
Well, I don't even know, dog. If he was the
my first question be why?
Because this is my thing. Okay, you gay. I don't like it, but it's not gonna make me love you any less. It's not. You still my child. I'm still gonna love you, but I just don't feel that I can accept you bringing that type of behavior around me.
See, that's something different right there, dog. You know what I'm saying, bringing the behavior around you. But I think when initially, if your son was to tell you that, right, you want to believe, you know what I'm saying, that you raising your son to be
a man.
Like, almost like in the light of you know what I'm saying? Like, you see him as
an
extension of you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And to see yourself, because you kind of going to have to see yourself as being gay. Like, you can't see yourself doing that shit. Like, why would he want to do that?
You're a spineless, pale, pathetic lot, and you haven't got a clue. Somehow I'll make a man out of you.
Right.
And you know what's out there. You done been with women. You're like, yo.
Yeah, you walk past.
And that's why I say my first question. Well, have you ever been with a girl?
Right.
Because that can change your life.
And then you said something about you not bringing that behavior around you. You walk past your son's room. He getting ready for school. That cat putting on lipstick.
No, that's not gonna happen.
He putting on lip gloss.
I can't accept.
He painted his fingernail.
He want the flamboyant ones. Dressing up in dresses and stuff. Them ones.
I don't know. I can't. And I may be wrong. I accept the fact that I may be wrong, but I just can't accept it.
I don't know. We might have to compromise, son. Like, you can't, be the gay one that's normal. You know what I'm saying?
I tell him he can whatever he do outside this house. That's on him. When in his house, he gonna have to live as a boy. I can't.
That shit ain't gonna work.
So you're saying
that shit ain't gonna work?
Some got to give.
So you're saying that
I ain't know.
But he got to have an understanding too now. He got it got to be some level of respect there, and not so much respect, but some type of understanding. This is hard for me, and
Basically a compromise.
yeah, some type of compromise because you can't. Don't force this on me. That's not fair to me. Don't force me to have to accept all of this. Maybe do it in pieces, but not all of this. Maybe you can live fully whatever they do outside the house.
It,
I think the age is a big thing. Like you say, how do you know? You know what I'm saying? You're just 16. How do you know? You know what I mean? You might want to try a few women and so before you commit to this.
Then you might probably want to actually make sure nothing happened to him as a child also.
that's a
I
very
mean,
good
that's
point.
the type of stuff you want to talk about when you do.
That's
Because you're going to have a
right.
conversation and you want
That's a good point because a lot of
Yeah.
times these little boys get molested,
Yeah.
Right.
and they don't never tell nobody, and then next thing you know they choose that lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good
why
point.
and I mean, I will cover all them bases. Why? Why do you feel this way? Why you feel that this is the way you want to be? Did something happen to you? Some,
Yeah, that I don't know about. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
I don't know about. Right.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of questions, dog.
A
For
lot
real,
of
for real.
questions.
Like, I don't know, man. You're gonna have to prove that shit to me. Like, how you know? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that,
Exhibit A. Do you like this or do you? Like
you know what I mean?
this?
Like,
I don't know. Something got
I'm
to
questioning
give.
everything. Like, how do you know? You saying you gay, but how do you know you gay for real, for real?
And then I will also let him know. You know, ain't no coming back from this shit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Once you
can't.
once you come out or even have a title as being gay,
Yeah.
you gay for life.
Yeah, you can't undo that.
And I mean,
But-
hold on, let me give y'all an example. And I'm sure y'all gonna agree with this, right? Everybody that has some people that they went to school with in high school or coming up in school, right? That you know of being gay, right? Oh, that's probably gay now. So, 20, 25 years from now, when somebody say, hey, you remember Gary? And you gonna be like, okay, if you had 2 or 3 Garys, which one you gonna say? You gonna say you talking about Trailer Park Gary or you talking about gay Gary? Right or wrong? Gary is gay for life. Even if it's been 40 years ago. If Gary been gay in first grade, he is gay 40 years later. If he was gay,
But what if
I'm just saying, you don't get rid of that tag.
right? But what if
But you need to let that's the step you need to, hey, you know you gay for life, right?
but what if they ain't never been with another person of the same sex?
You gay for life.
That's what you gotta ask them, boy. Like, how do you know for sure?
Right.
You coming to tell me?
And that's one of the
But I
questions.
mean, because socially it can make it very difficult for he need to know everything that comes along with that.
And see, my thing, and that's one of the initial questions that I'm gonna ask also. Have you slept with somebody, another boy, or
Right.
you know, because once you cross that line,
Yeah, once you crack that seal, that's it.
Yeah.
yeah, once you cross that line, you know,
Remember what we said?
yeah, we remember.
Can't unsub.
Yeah. I got.
So you saying that you will have a problem with your son being homosexual, but you wouldn't have a problem with your daughter being pregnant?
I mean,
I'm gonna have a problem with
I'm gonna have a
both,
problem with both.
but
I ain't gonna put too much
This
emphasis
is
on having
difference.
too much conversation with her
This is the difference.
versus him.
One of them I can accept as being natural. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You have
She
sex,
just did
you
it
get
early.
pregnant. You know what I'm saying? I can accept that as being natural. The other one I just don't see as being natural. So there's gonna be more questions I'm gonna have to it. You know what I mean? I think that's the big difference. I'm gonna be
There you go.
disappointed because you 16. You know what I mean? You got your whole life. You about to have a rough life. You know what I'm saying? And being a teen mom, like I'm gonna be extremely disappointed. You know what I mean? I'm
both
gonna
of
let you know.
both of them gonna hurt
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Both
both of them.
situations are gonna be difficult for me because I don't want to. My daughter pregnant.
Dang.
You 16. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You pregnant. You about to be a parent. You still a child yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah,
And then on the other hand, with my son, like we were saying earlier, I'ma feel like I failed him.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? On giving him guidance
Yeah.
on what a man's supposed to be.
Yeah. That's saying something about you.
Right. I'm not.
That's
Let me say this. I'm not knocking anybody that's gay. If that's the life that you choose to live,
Yeah.
but as a parent, for my child, and this is my son or my daughter. Let's make this clear.
Yeah.
If either one of my kids was to tell me that they were gay,
Yeah.
it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, you're gonna look at you like you said, what did I do wrong?
You know what I'm saying? Whether my daughter gay or my son gay, it's gonna sting. You know what I'm saying? And this is how, and like I said, I may be wrong for this, but if that's the life you choose, I'ma still love you, but I don't choose to have that life in my face.
What do you say to the parent out there that says, you know what, I want my daughter to have no baby at 16, you know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna mess her whole life up with college and everything like that.
And
I would rather for my son to be homosexual.
That's their choice, and I can't knock them for that.
Yeah, it's a personal choice.
You know what I'm saying? But like I say, for me, both of them gonna be difficult.
You just don't want that around you. So
I
you gotta have to accept it at some point. Or you saying you never gonna be able to accept it?
didn't say that I wouldn't be able to accept it. I'll accept the fact that you're gay.
But what part of the gayness can't you accept? You saying it's something that you can't do. So you can't do at Thanksgiving your son bringing his husband over for dinner. Hey Dad, this is my husband Mark.
I don't know. I don't know if I can accept that.
He's gonna be eating with us today.
That's gonna be hard for me to accept.
Boy, you can accept that?
That'll be. I'm not saying that I would never get to that point, but at the stage of my life that I am right now, that would be very difficult. That'd be very difficult for me.
That shit'll be tough, dog. Just seeing your son holding hands with another dude, like
Yeah, and they kissing.
That would be difficult for me.
They get out of the car to come with
So,
Thanksgiving
you know
dinner
what?
and they tongue kissing outside the
I
house.
think that's like a whole nother topic and episode. If you are a parent and your child is homosexual and you don't agree with it, how do you accept that into your home? That's like a whole nother.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because that's still your child. You
So
still
they-
love them.
So if they
You
come
know what I'm
home
saying?
for the holidays and they bring, they both can't stay in the house. They gotta get a hotel.
I probably.
But if your daughter and her husband come, they can stay in the room together.
That's tough, man.
Yeah.
But your son and his husband,
Y'all laughing, but that's
it happens for real. It's real.
that's
But
tough, man.
your son and his husband can't sleep upstairs.
yeah.
But your son and your husband can't sleep in the toilet room.
That'll be.
Your son and husband can't sleep in the man room.
That's hard for me to accept. And I mean that's like I said, where I'm at in my life right now, I just can't accept that.
Man, I can't even fathom having my son and another guy sleeping in the room next door to me or down the hall.
No,
That's
man.
just difficult. I mean,
No. Yeah, I ain't ready for that one.
yeah, I ain't ready for that.
Yeah,
I ain't
that mature yet.
Yeah, I ain't at that point in my life. You know
Real
what it is?
And you walk by your son's room while his
Man,
You
husband
hear a little
there,
something, you hear a little.
and he got it on the
So
chatty.
back to he what? He
You
what?
say a little.
Your son got on the chatty and you walk by.
But yo, stupid.
No.
Alright.
Hey, if you don't get your
Hey, you just quiet. You just hear something that's beating on the wall. Boom, boom, boom. Man, nah. Hey. Y'all got to get out of here with that shit, dog. Fuck that.
But then your daughter and the next one doing the same thing.
Nah, y'all not gonna disrespect
Yo,
me like that.
man. So
Your daughter can't be doing it, but your
No,
daughter can be doing it.
No.
I wouldn't want nobody to do it in the household, but I'd be like, okay, you boys, you know what I'm saying? I know
It's
I
natural
know.
for them, but
Yeah.
it's natural for homosexuals to do what they do too.
Let's
how do you
let's
even
kinda
have?
get away from
Okay,
Yeah, I
how
ain't
do
even
you
think of that
even
one.
have? How? Okay, your son come to you and talk to tell you that he's homosexual. You know what I'm saying? And we have sons, and we did the father-son trips and everything. Talk to them about sex and being protected and stuff like that. How do you even have a conversation with
I
your
can't.
son about sex and
I can't.
protecting himself?
I can't because I don't know nothing about that.
Sexual.
I can't.
Maybe you find out some help.
I can't
I
have
don't
that
know.
conversation.
I can't have a conversation.
I can't. How am I gonna have that
Just
conversation?
make sure you protect it.
That's all you can say. Because AIDS is real.
That's all you can.
Are you the giver or the receiver?
I don't even think I want to ask you.
tell me,
I don't want to know.
Yeah, hell no, don't tell me.
You're
that
like,
shit,
Dad,
dog.
just so you know, I'm the quarterback. 28! What if he be like, Dad, I'm the what? Dad, I'm not the center.
Nah, bro.
That-
boy.
Hey, Dad, don't worry, I'm Elway.
That
In this game, I'm
has to be-
Elway.
Shotgun. And the Patriots jump off.
That has
That
to
cat
be-
said he the center, but
Any father with a son that
either
has to
one
be
is
the worst
wrong.
nightmare.
Yeah, it got to be worse than
No,
that.
it's not. It can't be because it's some people out there that is like okay with it. Like that's what they, their child is their own individual, and that's
Yeah.
what they choose. Their sexuality.
You got a point.
That's what
I
they choose.
just thought the sexuality was already established when they were born.
Man, I think the age too gotta be different, man. If it's they older, you know what I'm saying? As a teenager though, like, yo, you don't know yourself yet. You know what I mean?
But I do think it's important to let them know that the choices that they make are life.
What comes along with it.
Yeah, what comes along with that? Because once you make up in your mind that that's how you want to be,
Yeah,
and then you want to live that way,
Yeah.
it ain't no coming back from that.
Right.
Because you gonna find very, very few women that gonna want to be with a previous
But
homosexual man.
what another thing that y'all gotta think about is
I'm not gay no more. They ain't trying to hear that.
man, but think about it like this though. And this goes back to something that we talked about before. In today's society, it's a lot more acceptable.
Yeah, yeah.
So here's another question. You have two kids that are pretty close in age, Shane.
Mhm.
You rather for your son to say he gay or your daughter to say she gay?
My daughter can be gay. Cause I know she can come back from that. Am I right or wrong? Yeah, she can get pregnant and get married with a dude. They forget that she been gay. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what?
My son.
Hey, but see, and we always talk about this, and we've already established it's a part of life. It's a double standard because men can accept. I think men have an easier time accepting the fact that a woman been with another woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That a woman can accept a man used to sleep with other men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A man can
It's
accept
just
a woman
that's
with
it.
another woman. Yeah.
Here's a part of life.
But you gotta understand though, why when it comes to that, you gotta understand why it's a double standard. Okay?
Go ahead and explain.
If you got two females that's together, the same thing that's happening to that female is gonna be the same thing that's gonna happen to her if she's with a male.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you got two males together,
Right.
it's
It's completely different.
Yeah.
You getting violated in ways that you ain't supposed to get violated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a double standard. That's why it's a double standard. I think. That's
Yeah,
Double standard.
and women they ain't gonna want to be with a man that been with another man.
I ain't
Well,
know.
you can't
this
say
day and
that.
age, dog.
Yeah, you can't say that because
Knowingly?
some
Some
women that accept it.
I'm just bisexual dudes out here. They be getting women. Dog, them boys nowadays, dog. Them boys out
It's
there,
different.
dog.
In today's times,
Them
it's
boys
a lot different than it used
They,
to be.
yeah, like they.
They're more accepting of that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, and I don't
Dog,
see
them
why.
boys.
Society accept it's a lot more.
Think
accepted.
about this. Think about this. I always bring this up. Rappers today wear pocketbooks and dresses. We would never think that, you know what I'm saying, that should have happened in our time. You know what I mean? But them boys, they could be mainstream and still do this shit. That's how much it's accepted. Like, you could be mainstream and be feminine as hell. as a dude. And it's
Things have totally changed.
The lines have definitely been.
It's like when we was growing up, man. It wasn't, you know.
Nah.
It may have been homosexual males or females, but they wasn't coming out. They was keeping it a secret. Now it's just like it's out there to the fact to where they talking about.
They could care less.
You know,
man.
changing the bathrooms and how, you know, it's out there now. So, and
We live in different times, man.
but this, I'm just gonna say this. You know what I'm saying? It's like Patrick said. You know what I'm saying? I ain't bashing.
Call my hood.
Yeah.
I ain't bashing homosexuals. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you choose to do you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I can't say that you know what I'm saying, necessarily agree with that lifestyle.
Because what it is ain't about bashing them. Is for you as a parent, you want your child to have the least restrictive, or you want them to have the easiest life as possible.
Right.
So I'm gonna say this, and this might be like another little level to it. Like transgender people, right? How many times you see them employed somewhere? Like say in our area, I know some areas that you might see them more often, but where you see them working at?
We got one that work out there.
Yeah, you can point.
Well,
you can
for
say
real?
one or two, but you don't. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, so I just let you know when you, as a child, or as your kid, you know what I'm saying. Even trying to make a living for yourself is gonna be tougher. You know what I'm saying? If you choose this life, you know what I mean. So there's certain things that you don't want for them just based on. You know it's gonna be tougher for them, not just
Right,
you're
right.
against. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
But because it's, well, I can't say it because I don't know. But when you get into the transgender, that's like a totally different level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they're at that point, they're trying to completely change who they are. You know what I'm saying?
But
That's forming a whole new identity.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, you got a point.
But I mean, it's just.
And it's dangerous because people still do hate crimes against gay people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah,
nothing
Like,
you got to talk about.
You don't want nobody to hurt your child. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just because of their choices. Yeah.
Yeah, like it just.
You know, if this is, I understand, this is what you say you want to do, but you need to make sure you take into consideration everything that comes along with this lifestyle.
Yeah, your daughter being pregnant, ain't nobody gonna try to harm her.
No.
You know what I mean?
Right.
For her being pregnant. I mean, it's a lot of little stuff that go into it, man. That you just. You know what I'm saying? Just based on the fact that you want your child to have a good life and want to have it the easiest route possible, that you know that shit gonna be challenging for them if they choose that shit.
That's basically what it's about for real. Cause I mean
That ain't what it's about for me.
No, not because we pick some people. I mean,
You gotta
like
consider
right
that
now,
I mean,
it's
you do have to
acceptable, right?
consider it, but
Yeah,
it's just my whole thing is,
Your pride.
it's gonna hurt, man. That's gonna hurt.
And then some people go back to taking it back to the Bible. That's their principle that this should not happen, and when they bring their children up initially with that, and then for them to go the other way, they're like, okay, well, I went wrong at, or where you learn this from. I mean, it's a lot of questions that gonna come up.
And I heard, and what you said just now, Pat, jumped out at me. You said you gonna hurt, I'm gonna hurt, I'm not gonna like this. You gotta think about a child, man, and what they grappling with on the inside, self-identity. You know what I'm saying? They trying to figure themselves out. So it's not always about the parent and how
But
we.
that ain't what
feel.
the question was. The question was,
understand.
hey,
But we gotta think about
point.
you know what I'm saying? That wasn't the question.
We ain't thinking about the child on this
You gotta
topic
think
right
about the
now.
child.
We think,
I
we talk.
understand.
We got to think about the child, but we think about how we would feel. What's more accepting?
When I
to
told
us.
the child that, I still love you, you know what I'm saying? I don't love you no less. That's me thinking about the child. But that's gonna hurt me.
You're gonna be hurt.
Exactly.
You're gonna be hurt.
That junk is.
And then you think about the child when you make sure that they understand that the choices that they make, how could potentially affect them, in the long run. And I mean, if that's what they choose to do, that's what you choose to do. But I just need to make sure you're fully aware of the road that you're traveling down. What all you got to look at.
And another, what you gotta realize is the fact that them coming to tell you that that's the life choice that they make, they're already too far gone.
Right. So y'all, so I know y'all, I know LeVar and Shane, y'all know who my daddy is. What do you think my daddy would say if I would have went to him? Is like, hey,
Do you suck dicks? Sir, no, sir. Are you a Peter Puffer? Sir, no, sir. I'll bet you're the kind of guy that would fuck a person in the ass and not even have the goddamn common courtesy to give him a reach around. I'll be watching you.
what do you think my daddy would do? Shane, what you think?
You gotta bust your ass. Your daddy he gonna fight first, and then he gonna talk to your ass later.
I can't imagine telling my daddy that, dog. Like,
I can't imagine you telling your daddy that shit either. Your daddy be like,
dog.
what?
That's crazy, though.
What? You hear this shit you telling me?
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you,
Boy, you better go outside and go shoot
this
some balls.
girl I know, man, she was in the hospital, just had one of her kids, and her son came out to her. She fought him in the hospital.
Wow.
In the hospital.
Hold on, back up. Who was in the hospital?
This girl that I know.
Oh, she fought her son.
Yeah, she just had a baby, maybe the day before. And before she got released, the son came to the hospital and told his mama that he was gay, and she swung on him.
Yeah, you can't do that, though. But yeah. Bottom line is, man, when you look at it, this is how I think about it. That junk is personal to you. You feel like you know what I'm saying?
You feel.
Yeah. If your child come out and tell you that, you know what I'm saying, they in love with the opposite sex, you looking at yourself like, what the fuck did I do wrong? You know what I'm saying? Even though it might not be the right way to look at it, but you looking at that shit first.
And it probably ain't got nothing to do with you.
Yeah, it probably ain't got nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's a lot of influence out here today now.
Yeah. But then if your kid come out and say that they pregnant or got somebody pregnant, it's just more, you feel like it's more natural to you. You know what I'm saying? You feel like, okay, you know what I'm saying, I can get through this one.
I got Cindy pregnant.
That's gonna be hard for me too, bro.
Now it's gonna be hard now,
My
especially
daughter
that
coming
young.
in, that's gonna be hard for me.
Yeah.
Bro.
And I'm gonna be
Both
honest.
of them gonna be hard.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
with
it's
you.
gonna be.
Both of them gonna hurt probably equally for me.
Both
I
of
don't
them
know,
gonna be hard.
Both of them be.
No, it's probably both of them gonna hurt equally for me.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say they're gonna hurt equally.
They ain't not gonna hurt equally. I'm gonna tell you that shit up top. It's not gonna hurt equally.
Both of them gonna be hard.
Both of them gonna hurt a lot.
As
My
long as
16-year-old daughter
hey,
tell me she pregnant, that's gonna hurt, dog.
Man, if my son came and told me that he was gay,
What's your initial reaction?
I got to tell all these niggas my son.
yeah,
Shane,
and you gonna be like, yo, I just sent these niggas this video of this cat backflipping, catching balls and shit.
The first thing I'm gonna think about is y'all. I'm serious. I'll be like,
Hey, dog, no.
what, do you realize how you got me looking in front of my door right now? Do you understand this?
I want to go have a conversation with these cats.
I'm about to go see my kid play. Yeah, he the quarterback, wide receiver. Nah, he in the cheerleading squad.
Hey, I'm gonna hit y'all boys
about to
up
go
in
to
the
his
group
game.
text.
Nah,
You
he
like,
cheerleading.
man, I got something I got to tell y'all, man.
Damn.
You the one with the pom-poms in the skirt.
Hey, yo, my son, if my son ever tell me that, dog, I would do the first 48, dog. You know, I'd be like,
That's your initial reaction?
Hey, dog.
He gonna pause for a long time, right?
Hey, you right, though, Joe. You
gotta-
gotta tell people that shit.
because what's gonna happen? Anything,
Damn.
nothing else is gonna change the situation.
Hey.
If you put hands on them, it's not
Yeah,
gonna
that's
change.
enough.
Nah, I ain't gonna know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
How that conversation gonna go? Hey, what's up, Philip? Sure, we gotta tell y'all now. No Gary gay. He said he won't be gay. I mean, then, what y'all gonna do? Laugh?
Nah, I'm not gonna laugh.
I'ma laugh. That shit gonna be like, oh shit. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Hey, don't think I ain't gonna laugh at that shit.
I'm just gonna be like, damn.
You'll be mad? Would you be mad if he laughed?
Hey man, I'm gonna laugh at that shit. Dog.
I'd probably be like, what? I'm like, man, stop playing.
Hey,
Man, you don't prolong that shit. Stop playing. You know when you say, and when you say what, you already know he ain't gonna say it again.
And then you gotta, and then like
what you say?
And then like how y'all had touched on earlier, you gotta think about, okay, what degree of gay is he? Is he like all the way to the dresses and the pumps and stuff?
But this goes back to what I said. For him to build up the nerve to come to his daddy and tell his daddy, he already too far gone.
I understand that, but it's still different degrees.
I might be like, if he come to me and be like, so if he come to me and be like, well, dad, no. If he come to me and be like, yo, dad, I think I'm gay. I'm be like, hold on a second.
Now, if he think,
I mean, if he say I'm gay, I'm be like, okay, well, how far have you gone?
Yeah.
I mean, you just like boys, or I mean,
you sleeping with boys.
Yeah, you sleeping with boys.
I don't even want to ask that question, but I don't want to know the answer, bro.
Yeah, but you need to find out what level you at, so that way you know if it ain't nothing you can do.
It ain't nothing you can do for him to come to his daddy and tell him that, dog.
But Pat, check this out.
You know how much nerve it takes for a son to go to his daddy and tell him that?
Yeah, it
takes a lot of nerve, but
let me explain you.
As long as he ain't cracked that seal, he got a chance.
Explain it to him, LeVar.
So like when we talk about levels, right? All right, your son gay, we done established it, right? Mm-hmm. He coming out the house dressed normal, or he coming out the house with fucking dresses,
goddamn fishnet,
makeup,
stocking.
Yeah. Now that's some other shit, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
that's considered transgender, right?
No, let me explain something to you, bro.
No,
okay.
I think transgender is when you actually.
Well, that's just cross-dressing.
Let me explain it to you, because I found this out from my cousin, because I did not know this, okay? Because my cousin is gay. My female cousin is gay. And she explained this to me. And I didn't even realize it. It's different, like LeVar said, it's different degrees, it's different levels, because, like, let me tell you from a female perspective, okay? Right. So you got different levels.
Okay.
You got the pretty, fine, you know what I'm saying, prissy.
What you was just doing over there just now?
Prissy.
I'm trying to figure what the hell that shit was.
You got the prissy gay. You got the prissy gay female where, you know what I'm saying, all she do is tape. Right. You know what I'm saying? Okay. She ain't doing no licking. She ain't doing she ain't scrapping nothing on. Okay. All she do is tape.
Okay.
Then, you know what I'm saying, you may have the female that is the male like the masculine like female, which they sometimes call the butch. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And she may be the female that actually look like a boy. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's another degree. She's the she the giver. You know what I'm saying? Then you may have one that look like a regular female, and she may do both. You know what I'm saying? She may give and she may take. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. And then you got some females that's homosexual, but they don't want to be with a butch. They want to be with like
another prissy female.
Another prissy female.
So or two prissy females that just like being with each other.
You know what I'm saying? They don't necessarily like the butch. They don't necessarily like the butch type, but they like the pretty type. So dog, it's different, bro.
I don't know what the levels are for homosexuals, and I don't think we want to get into that. I don't want to talk about that.
We ain't qualified to talk.
So,
I ain't qualified.
Hey, we could.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, bottom line, we go back to the original topic. What is more accepting?
No, which one would be easier?
Well, which one would be easier to accept? The two choices were if your 16-year-old daughter comes to you and tell you that she's pregnant, and then versus your 16-year-old son come to you and tell you that he's gay. For me, I ain't got no problem being a granddaddy at wifey at 16 versus my son, because that's a whole another conversation. But my daughter, I mean, the damage already done with that. Yeah, I'm gonna be more disappointed than anything, but eventually I'm gonna have to get over it and accept this new life that's coming into, to my family and my life, and and have a conversation with her about how things gonna be different for her now. With my son, that conversation is gonna be a little bit different because I'm gonna feel like I failed him at some point, and I need to figure out where I went wrong, and then I might not have went wrong anywhere at all.
Right.
Through conversation, I might find that out. But
you did bring up a good point earlier when you said you need to find out, was he molested? Or,
when you have that conversation with him, you need to have a deep conversation to make sure he hadn't been touched or he hadn't been violated in any way.
What triggered?
Yeah, what triggered it? And that's why I said my first initial reaction or first question is why, or how do you know? Has something happened? Those questions are going to come up. That's me.
Man, I agree with you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be tough regardless. I think the son is just a whole lot more layers to it, man. It's, you know what I mean? Like, you can accept your daughter having it's a more of a natural thing for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? She a woman. She was made to raise kids, whatever. You don't want it to happen that soon. Yeah.
Right.
You don't want it to happen that soon, but you know what I'm saying? You can see that as being more natural. You got experience with, you know what I'm saying, with that a little bit more as far as dealing with people who having kids, whatever. But you know what I'm saying, when you talk about a whole, like, a gay lifestyle, like, that junk is, it's a lot to it. A lot that you ain't familiar with, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's just gonna be tougher to accept.
Well, both of them gonna be hard for me to accept. I mean, both of them gonna hurt because number one for me, having a daughter and she's 16 and she's pregnant, that's gonna hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But like you said, the question is which one would I be able to accept? I like y'all. I probably
it'd be easier.
It'd probably neither one of them easy to accept for me.
But the easiest.
The easiest one is my daughter being pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said earlier, I'm gonna feel like I failed my son. You know what I'm saying? Teaching him how to be a man if he want to be with a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you ain't teach him that.
No, I ain't teaching that,
Right.
and I've never showed him that. You know what I'm saying?
Let me throw one last thing out there. The way things are today, a lot. We like in our 40s, but when we raise our kids, we raising our kids based on how we were raised. Imagine how children of this generation now gonna raise their kids. They may raise them to think to.
That's scary,
We raise our kids to prevent this. The next generation of children are probably raising their kids to accept it, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And that's why it's hard.
Whatever you choose is fine.
Right, but see that's one reason why I think it's harder for us to accept that choice for your son.
Bring them up that way.
Right, and you just had no intention of bringing them up thinking that them being thinking that being gay was okay, and then for them to do it, it's like, okay, I did something wrong. That's why we feel that way, because we know we didn't bring them up. Our sole purpose is to prevent that, and that's how we were initially raising them.
Yeah, man. That being said, man.
That's it for the round table.
That's it.
That's it. You can't laugh, man.
That cat laughing. It's a platinum production, man.